Everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. Excuse me, back to do another episode of my Beauty in Black and White journal, which is this one. So I've done a bit of work on it since I last saw you off camera, because otherwise it's going to take far too long. So I made some ephemera on camera and I've now stuck that in. So we've got a pocket there. What else have I done? Let's have a look. I've not done too much. I made, as you know, those central pockets. So I made some nice tags from scrap to go in those, like so. And they're, you know, plain on the back for journaling on. And what else have I done? Hopefully I'm in shot. I made a little hidden paper clip there, which I've popped on this page here, like so. Thought that was quite pretty. Obviously I haven't done a lot, stuck a sticker there. There's going to be a lot of work involved, so I will be doing some of it off camera. I made this cluster on video from a scrap piece of corrugated packaging, and I had that in my stash, so that's gone in there. So I made it into a little tuck. Another centre page, I had these images. I know they're not strictly black and white, but they are kind of old black and white pictures, so I just put some material that scraps from the front cover, and I've kept them quite thin. I have stenciled a little bit on the back, which I'll probably go through it and do that with all of the ephemera, you know, that I make with a journaling page side to it. I've stuck a little corner piece on there. Made another hidden paper clip here, which I thought was quite pretty. So that's the middle signature. I'll put a piece there. It's out of a paper pad. They're just the bits in the back, you know, that go with it. And the third little hidden paper clip, which has got some nice eyelash trim type trim on there. Another little sticker there. Then I'm on to the last signature, and what have I done on this one? Let's see. I think my camera's changed position. So I've put on here, this strip with the butterfly on came from Tanya at Tatty Treasure. When I very first started, I bought a pack of these pieces she'd made. So I stuck it on some, and I know that it's not strictly black and white, but I just liked it. And then I've got that other piece that was in my stash. So I stuck it on some black lace and turned it into a belly band there. And this middle pocket, I made 2 more tags for them. There. And I think that's probably it. I don't know that I've made anything else. Oh, I've made another hidden paper clip here with some lace and the word harmony. So that's on black, so that's going on a white. And then I cut a piece out of Kerr's paper pack that I'm using, her digital pack, black and white papers, and I cut a piece out and I made that into a little pocket. Haven't put anything in there yet. And I think that is it. Right, so today I'm just going to pop this away now. So I've put this piece in here to remind me that the piece I'm going to make on camera today is actually going to be designed for this page here, and it's going to be a kind of a pull out with these 3 white envelopes. So my idea is to kind of put them together like that, and then when they're together I shall stick them on this page here as a side tuck, and then hopefully they will just pull out from here. So that's what we're going to make today. So I just put that in there to remind me that's where I wanted, you know, this page I've chosen to put those on. Okay, so pop that away and let's get on with these. So just move something that's on the floor and get my messy mat out. A messy mat which I did scrub the other day, so it's not quite as messy as it was. It's upside down and I don't like working like that. So sorry about that. Right, let's put that back where it was. Okay, so idea is this will be the side tuck, and yeah, so that's going to be the side tuck, and I'm going to shave a bit off the end of that one and that one to make a side pocket. And then I thought I'd make this one into a top pocket, and the way I'm going to attach them is with their flaps. And for the top pocket one, I'm going to pull out the flaps obviously on all of them, but this flap here I'm going to glue down, so completely down, and then cut the top. So let's do that now. So let's get this back out. So I'm kind of making this up as I go along. I've seen loads of flip out things. So at the moment I'm going to fold that back a bit. I just want to take a tiny bit off the top of there, and I hope that opens. It does. Okay, and that's the middle one, and then this one again is just a bit off the end like this. I'm just going to, sorry that fell on the floor, just checking my camera angle, that seems all right. Okay, so that's the opening there, and that's going to be the middle one with the top. No, this is the top one, and then this one is the opposite end, which is the side pocket. Okay, so let's glue some bits down. So I want to glue this middle one completely down here. Yeah, so I think, do I want to cut that off or just glue that down? I think I'll just glue these down first. And this bit here, you can see, it's the way the envelopes are made, like that. And then I'm going to glue all down here. Thin bead around there and there, and actually not that top end, just there, so that is going to be stuck down like that. Okay, and we are covering these, so that is a top pocket. So I may put a, actually I'll just, while that's not stuck, I will pop a, now I better get a bit of cardboard, a scrap piece, because my punch does not like punching through this thin paper, just make a mess. So I use a bit of cardboard at the back, just a scrap, and I get it nice like that. So let's put that down there. So this is going to be covered anyway, and I will cover inside. So I always put something in there to make that stronger. Right. Okay, so we're going to do all of that before we stick them down together. It's easier. So let's have a look at what, just put the pin in the glue, let's have a look at what we are going to use. Just some scraps. Got lots of scraps here. A card from the signatures, and I've actually got some black, so that would be quite nice, I think. So let's pop a piece of black in the back and the front of here, I think, like so. So I'm just judging where I think it will need to be, sort of there, just that. So I'm going to stick those in the back and the front like that, and that strengthens the pocket, because with envelopes I find that they do so actually I could have stuck that in first and then cut the hole. I didn't think, did I? Cut the thumb hole, but that's okay. I find with these envelopes, some of them are quite flimsy and they do need a bit of strengthening to work properly. You know, you don't want to sell an item like this and then the person buying it flips it out a few times and it all falls to bits, you know, or gets very ragged at the top. So that's why I do this. It's just my personal preference, really. Okay, so that's that one all done. Just give that a press down like so. And this one we will just pop that in there, take that out. So now I just want to move this one actually. Okay. When the glue sticks, you know, I'm going to just chop that bit off, because sometimes this glue sticks very quickly and when you want it to stick quickly it doesn't. Now it has when I don't really want it to. So I've got enough room to just take that bit off. Poor guillotine. Doesn't like chopping through gluey things. Okay, so that's fine, and we can sort that bit out because it has got glue, and I'm just going to rub this glue off. Right. Okay, so that's that one done, strengthened to my satisfaction. So we want to do the same in these. Let's see, have I got another piece of black here? So I've kept all the scraps out in a pile and permanently on my desk at the moment. So let's see, let's use this piece for one of them, and actually we can cut this down, I think, into half. Just getting it right so that there's a decent amount either side of that one, because it's got to go down the side, both sides of this envelope. So again, I'm just gauging it like so, and then the other piece I can just chop down like that. So that's that one. I've got some white there if I need it for the other one. Right, so we'll pop a little thumb hole in when we've stuck it down. So that's going to stick this one in. Like so. So it's just going to, I try and make sure this time before it sets that it's in the right position. I didn't expect the glue to dry that quickly, so it caught me out really. That's that one, and then I turn it over and do the same this side. Be quick, very quick. It's drying very quickly. And I will distress around the edge with some black soot anyway. So that's that one strengthened. Just enough to strengthen that bit that's going to be constantly used for the whatever you're putting in it. So that's that one. And while we've got it like this, we will just, I will definitely put a mark where I think it's halfway. And I mean, these envelopes are just to fit in my journal. So you know, if you're making this, you make them with whatever size envelopes you've got. You know, if you're putting it in a journal, obviously it will be something that fits in to the height of your journal. So that's that one. And then finally we'll do this one, and we can use some white. So just about there, I think will be plenty. Okay. Good way to use your scraps as well. I always keep them until I've finished a project, and then they go in my scrap box. I don't tend to keep everything now, just things that I think I'm likely to maybe use again, you know. So that's one. I turn it over and pop this one in. It doesn't have to go end to end either, just to give that opening a bit of strength, where your tag or journal card is going to be constantly pulled in and out. So that one is fine. So that's going to be this side. I just check which side. So that's that one there on the end. So that can go like that. Okay, and then yes, make sure you check. So that can go like that, and then this one is going to go like this. So I want the thumb hole this side. So again, I'm just going to where's my ruler? These are 16 centimeters high, so it's easy, 8 centimeters for halfway, and do my little thumb hole there, like so. Okay, so now I'm going to cover them quickly before we stick them down. Okay, so let's pop those to one side. Now I've got some scraps of kind of black and white vintage papers. I've also got some that are on thicker card, So I thought maybe that would cover maybe one of them in the background and give it a bit more strength. So maybe we'll pop that over this side like so. So I'm just going to measure that, so have it like that, take that edge off, and then about there. Yeah, so a guillotine back. Let's take this edge off here. And then I'll have to cut it down there. Okay. Every time you cut something up, it makes a new piece of scrap. So this is the one I'm covering, and I'm going to cover that side, I think, with it. So this needs to be stuck down. So it's going to be like that. So I need to just stick this down here. But don't stick the whole thing, just a thin bead down there. And yeah, that can be stuck there like we did the other one. And then, because this is the glue envelope, they're pre-glued, it's sticky, so I can't use my wipe on that bit really. Okay, so that should be fine, that is. Okay, so now we're going to cover this with this. But before we do that, we want to go around it with some black soot. So I'll just do that and I'll be back. So I'm sticking that down now. Now I think we'll use this glue. I don't want to use all of my art glitter glue. This is the collage tacky, which in my opinion is not as good. You know, it's okay, but it's all right for card, I think, but I don't like using it on thin digitals because it tends to make it go all rippled, you know, bumpy. So I think it's a bit too heavy. I don't know. I think we all have our own preferences, don't we, for glues? So I'm going to pop it up that way round. And I just want to make sure I've got a bit of an edge either side, like that. Give it a good press down. Okay, so that is this. Okay, which is going to be like that. So you want to cover this now with something, and then once we've made it, we can embellish it. So let's think, what should we cover this with now? Something plainish, I think. So this is thinner. This is a piece of Kerr's kit. Oh, I want to take that border off, and I want it to come in a bit, and then height wise we'll go for something like that. Okay, strap that up. Okay, now I'm struggling to find my mark. Right, my video stopped working. I'm not sure until I check it after this what I taped and what didn't, but anyway, I've cut the piece out to go in here, and I'm just going to stick that down now. And I'm going, because it's very thin, I'm going to use some glue stick on that. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, glue stick that down. I just want to line that up top and bottom with this one. I want it to come right to the edge there, not have such a big gap this time, because this is the bit we're sticking down. Okay, so that looks okay. Right, okay, now again we're going to have to get the third piece here, this one, and we're going to stick this to this one. So again, I need to stick this down, so I'll just do that and I'll be back. Okay, right, so now I've just put it on pause quickly and then just quickly cut out the other pieces, just so it doesn't make this very long and boring. And these are the pieces I'm going to put on these sides, so I'm just going to stick these down. It would help if the glue was undone, wouldn't it? I can hear Paddy Dog outside the door. I've shut the door because Paddy Dog was at the front door with Daddy doing something out the front, and I thought, oh, he's sitting nicely and watching Daddy, and then suddenly he decides he needs to come up and see me now as well, so now he's outside the door whining. So if you hear that, you'll know it's him. So then this piece is going to go here like this. So let's get those down quickly. Paddy, go and see Daddy. Go and see Daddy. Go on. Try and put him off wanting to come in, because if I have the door open, Daddy's fiddling with his motorbike outside. And he's going to probably start it up in a minute, and therefore make a lot of noise. So I thought I'll shut the door. No such luck, no peace. No peace at all. When Paddy Dog's around, he thinks he needs to see both of us and divide his time between us both. So he'll, if I'm up here and Daddy's downstairs, he'll come up, down, up and down, up and down. He doesn't like to be on his own at all. No. Oops, that's rather a lot. Let's just spread that out a bit. So hopefully he'll go away and see what Daddy's doing in a minute. As long as he doesn't start scratching at the door, which I don't like. We used to have one of our cats, you know, one of our late cats used to, in our old house we had a carpet, and we don't have carpet here, we only have carpet on the stairs. It's much easier to manage. And cat used to, if a cat thought you were in the room and you had the door shut, she would claw the carpet. It was awful. It could do such a lot of damage in such a short space of time. aren't they? So there are our pieces. I just need to put the thumb hole back in here now. So try and line that up. Luckily enough, it's got enough thickness now that it will take it. So I'm just going around with this black soot that's now all over me. Look, I've been up a chimney. Oh, hold on, I'll have to open the door. That's naughty. Very naughty, Paddy. Very naughty. Okay, I'm going to apologise for any noise you hear going forward. I just want to pop the thumb hole back in here now. I've covered that slightly. So look, see if I can get that in. If not, we'll leave it. Stop it. Paddy, stop. Okay, right, we can go around with the black soot anyway at the end. So that's it. Okay, so we've got side pocket, top pocket here. And so what I want to do now is just show you again. Hold on. About that, I think I've just told my husband to shut the front door because Paddy obviously is not going to sit out there nicely with him. He's been one of his moods where he thinks he hears somebody outside, and then he will start barking. So the idea is, this is a short page here, but the idea is this is going to, I think, go on here as a side tuck like that. Hopefully you can see that, and then it's going to just push that up a bit, that it will open and shut like that. So what I want to do now is maybe put a closure under it so we can tie that round. It's going to need to go further in, isn't it? Because otherwise it's going to stick out too much. So maybe we'll choose a different page. Let's have a look. Let's see what we could choose. Try to have a look at the middle signature. Be a nice piece to go in here. What about this one? Got nothing that side, so we could have it here, and that just about fits in there. So we need it, where are we? We need it like this, so it will go kind of here. Could go on that page completely actually, because that isn't going to be very much of a side tuck, is it? I'm not going to be able to get anything out, so it can't be that page. But let's find another one. That's we don't want to use that one. So I've got to find a suitable page now. So what about this one? So we could change it around and have it like that, and then when we open it, that's exactly how it was. No, we can't do that. Okay, so maybe it just sits right. I'm not sure now. Hold on. Okay, so this just shows you how you need to plan things out. So I think I'm going to make a pocket and pop it in the pocket. It doesn't work very well as a paper clip, it's a bit heavy. So I'm going to find a sturdy piece and I'm going to make a pocket for it, and it can go in to that unless it can go, will it fit on the back of this one? Let's have a look. So this is a partial page, so it would fit there. It could fit on the back there, on that back of that paper clip quite easily. I do often make things to go on the back of the paper clips. It would fit on the back of that one as well, and that's quite a nice one for it to go on, as it's black and a bit more width to it. So I think it could just go on there, and I'll make a tie to go around it so that it's independent. Yes, I think that's what we'll do. So that's the one I'll use. Okay, put that back for a minute. So I've taken away my messy mat now, because I don't want lots of black soot all over this. I will go around this with the black soot at the end. Okay, so we want a tie for it, so I think it will be tied this way, like so. We can either have it that way, or we can have it this way now. It doesn't really matter. Does not really matter, but I think I prefer it that way round, like that. So I'm going to embellish it now, and let's see, what should we use for a tie? Have I got anything at all that would make a nice tie around it? I've got that, but it's kind of got a bit of off-white in it, not white per se. Got some lace. This would be quite nice. So I think about the tie. So for now we're just going to embellish a couple of these, and then I'll do it off camera. So I've got some bits and pieces collected. Have I got any other ephemera made? I'll just check through my basket. Well, there's a nice piece that will make a nice tie. I think that would be nice. So I've got a bag of bits here. I wasn't going to use that because that again is very off white. So I'm going to close it like that. So this will be the front. Okay, so it might be nice to have a little bag on here. I'm not sure what to do with those bags, to be quite honest. And we could have a nice tag here, and that could be a nice side tuck. Okay, so what else have we got in here? Got lots and lots of bits that I've cut out of the kit, the G's kit mainly. That'd be quite nice. Something like that. Could be a top tuck and a bottom tuck there. Let's find a word. So we've got reflect. I should have kept the words out separately. Oh, excuse me, I just have to keep sneezing. Gratitude, peace, dream, wisdom. These are all Latin names for plants. Kindness. Wish. Blessings. These are all G's. Bouquet. Oh, I've got my Tim Holtz words. And then there's some black on white and white on black. So quite nice to use one of these actually. Let's have a look. There's something wrong with this. Not folding very well, is it? It's the trouble with these spirals, I think. I think we could have a little side tuck here. That would be quite nice. And maybe I cut some circles out, which I thought were nice. Kind of like that, and that could be part of it. And then in here we could have the word. So we've got truth, but we're going to maybe have, this would be nice, this one, memories. I think memories would be nice. Let's just go around that with this black soot that I seem to get everywhere and end up looking like a chimney sweep. That's quite nice. So let's put that there and move those out of the way, and then let's see if we've got a scrap of something in the box. I must have some scraps ready already. So maybe I pop that there and this here, and I quite like that with this on, like so, with maybe a scrap of something else underneath it. So that bit of this vellum would be nice, maybe. Put that there and this up there like that. Right, I've made a decision, you'll be pleased to know for once. I'm going to put this lace on, just check which side looks best. Now Paddy can hear Daddy talking to someone outside. This is just, I didn't realise that my husband was going to start all this and now be talking to a neighbour when I was videoing. Normally he lets me get on with the video, and then he will do his stuff afterwards, because, you know, Paddy obviously is not. I just need to trim that a bit like that, and just put this on as a little tuck like this up here. And I'm not going to think too much about it, and I hope I'm in camera, and I hope it's taping, recording. Taping is an old-fashioned word, isn't it? It just shows you how old-fashioned I am, or better still, how old I am. So I'm going to pop that there like that. Okay, so quite like that. Want that to go down a tiny bit. Okay, and then I've inked round this, and I had inked round that, but I haven't inked round this. Just give it a bit of emphasis. So this is going to be a tuck, so you want to glue kind of down here and along the bottom, I think, like so. And these are using pieces, as I say, from G's kit, and then I want to pop that there like this. Then I think I'll decorate the rest of it off camera and come back and show it to you, and then obviously in another video we'll make some ephemera to go in it. Okay, so that's the front. So this is a tuck here. So if we had something we wanted to tuck in, tuck something in there like that. And we can also tuck something up there like that. So that's, I hope you like that. Okay, so I'll carry on in the same theme, and you've seen my bag of bits. All the bits I've cut out are in here, along with a couple of bits I had in my stash that I already had that I'm not going to waste. So I'll be back shortly. Bye bye everyone, I'm back now. So I found some nice black ribbon I thought I'd put round, as I said earlier, so it does look nice. So this could be a freestanding piece, or I could paper clip it into the journal, or I could make a pocket to put it in. So this is it. This is our 3 envelope little booklet. It's an extra piece to go in the journal. I'm going to put a bit of black, what shall I put down there? I'm not keen on that. You can see the blue of the envelope, so I'm going to put some not eyelash trim, maybe black eyelash trim, or some trim down there, just some very narrow trim. So I put some lace up here, and I stuck this on, as you know, for a corner pocket. Now I haven't actually made anything for that, but that's something will go in there. I'm not too sure. Maybe we could put one of these pictures in. I've got some nice pictures here of little girls, black and white. So let's have a look. Some of these black and whites are not strictly black and white in my opinion, so I think that would be quite nice, that one. Oh, there's a pretty little girl there. She's very pretty. Oh, this lovely lady peeking up there. I'll put her on, I think. So I've got a few. Well, let's put this one on because she's more black and white than the others. I've realised since doing this black and white journal that there are lots of different shades of white. Mainly, it's the white that's kind of the difficulty. No, I don't want to trim that. Actually, I'm just going to go around the edges with the black soot. My hands are a complete mess. I have to go and give them a good scrub in a minute. Just do a bit on the back like that, and I'll just get my book page out and the stencil I've been using, and I will just stencil a tiny, oops, dropped it on the floor. Oh, excuse me. Just stencil, which way up is it? I'll stencil a little bit of this Flourish by Tim Holtz stencil in the corner like that. That's all it needs, in my opinion. Do as much or as little as you want, or don't do any at all. It's entirely up to you. So let's pop her in there. So we've completed it now. So there she goes. Right, just check you're in view. So we've got this little tuck there, which and then this little tuck here, and I just made a bit out of scraps. That's all I've done. And I used a number stencil. It's not brilliant, but it's okay. And that says Memories. And then here I've made a belly band using a scrap. Put a little label on, a butterfly, not label, sticker. In here I've got a an invoice type thing, an old one. So I just stenciled some letters down the side, and then I made my own envelope just out of some white paper, and I've stamped it with a script stamp, put a bit of washi, cut a circle out of a scrap, and that opens, and inside I've got a little message here. It says there is always something to be thankful for, so I like that, so I put that in with a Because there is always something to be thankful for, isn't there? And put that there, like that. So then we open it, and I've added a little band here and just a couple of labels there, because that's very busy, collaged already. And I made a little notepad. I've stenciled the back and the front, and it's 9 pages, so it's 18 sides, and that pops in there like so, so it could be replaced. And then I took 2 of those circles that I cut from Kerr's Happiness in Crafting black and white kit, the bee and the dragonfly, because this has the dragonfly and a bee, one of her words which does say bee. Put some lace here, and I've made another tag. So I made this tag using my tag punch. So this is the 2-inch one, so you have to get the card exactly right to get that nice top on it. And be careful with that. This, as I said before, this narrow ribbon does not like being tied up, so that's got a little bit of stencil on, a bit of lace under there. And this is another piece. This is Junk Journal with Steph, this piece. It's a sheet that she had on in her Etsy shop, and I can link those. So at the moment, the only ephemera I haven't made is the big ephemera for the 2 side pockets here and here, and the top pocket. I haven't done those yet. On this side, I've taken a piece from Kerr's kit, put one of Tim Holt's words on, Timeless, and this was a little tag that I made from a clothing label on video previously, and it's just, I just covered it with some scraps from the pieces I've been using. And the label happened to have this black and white baker's twine, which I thought was appropriate. So that's that. And then on the back, I've got another Tim Holtz word, it says wings. And then I've cut a piece out of the kit just to make a side tuck. And I put wings because there's a swallow there. I think it's a swallow. And then I just made another one with my punch, and this time it was the 1.5 inch width. So they've got different tops. Each one has a different top. So there's a 2 inch, a 2.5, and a 1.5. And I find them quite useful actually for making your own tags. So I just covered this one in the white lace, stenciled on the back, topped it off with some different this is supposed to be white, believe it or not, but when you look at it here, it's not as white. Put some bling down it, not black and white. I've just got the black and the diamond kind of style, and then added a bit of black lace on the bottom, and I thought that was quite pretty. And that's the back. So I'll find some fibre to go down here. So I've got some fibres I've had in my stash a long time here. This one in particular is quite nice. So this is actually part of another one, and they're all intertwined, but I could take that off and I could just glue a piece down there, which would then cover that over very nicely and not interfere with it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I might as well cut that now while I'm at it, and let's just glue that on quickly. So oops, I might as well take that out if it's falling out. So I just want to go down that crease, and I'm using the Beacon 3-in-1 because it's a stronger glue that's good for material and fibres. And I just pop it up like that. Bit of excess glue there, which we won't waste. And I'm just going to pop that along there and try and get that all in those crevices is there. I'm just literally pressing it down onto that glue like so, and hopefully that is going to cover up any blue envelope. There, so just going to roll it around till it's where I want it to be, and I may need to pop a bit more glue there because that doesn't seem to have much, because I don't squeeze the glue bottle very hard. I'm a bit sparing with it. So let's just press that down again like so. Need to just touch on here. I think it's sunk down into the back of the pieces that I've stuck on the mats. So I'm just looking, I can't see any of that now, so I'm very happy with that. And I'll leave that to dry before I tie the ribbon back round. But that is the extra piece of ephemera for the Beauty in Black and White journal. And I hope you enjoyed that. Mustn't touch it. I'll leave it standing up, I think, like that. And then I can touch up the glue if I need to, which it might have been a good idea to lay it flat like that. I think it still needs a tiny bit down here. Like that. There, that looks okay. Right, I shall leave you now and say goodbye. I need to find something for dinner. And I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.